On. All right, guys. My question for the month of September is why? 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 Okay? That's it. Why? Right? Right? Okay. Why do we mostly give nicknames according to how somebody looks or what they got? I don't know about y'all hood, but the hood I grew up in, everybody had a nickname, okay? And a lot of times those nicknames had something to do with what they got, something they did, or what they look like, right? For instance, we'll say something like, yo, I just ran into Susie. Susie from up the block. Not long hair Susie, but boy hair Susie. Y'all know we do that. Y'all know we do that. Boy hair Susie, okay? Or we'll say, yeah, I just spoke to Daryl, my man's Dirty Daryl. He on the way. He on the way over. Let's see what he's wearing, though, before we go out. Dirty Daryl. Uh-huh. Dirty Daryl. Susie Goodraw's, right. You know what I'm saying? We give them names by what they do or what they look like. So you got Boyhead Susie and Dirty Daryl. Or here he come. Who that? That's Stink Breath Barry. Coming to beg for some food. He always begging. His breath better not smell bad today. Stink Breath Barry. Everybody in their neighborhood got nicknames. Okay, when I grew up in Brooklyn, people had nicknames based on what they looked like, what they did, or what they wore, whatever it was. Okay? Nicknames. Why do we do that? Half of those people, all right, don't even know that they got those nicknames. We don't even say it to their face, all right? When Barry came around with a stink breath, you're going to be like, oh, Barry, what up? But you're going to be making these gestures like, I ain't trying to smell his breath, all right? When Boyhead Susie came around, you're going to be like, hey, Susie. Boyhead, you ain't going to say boys, you're going to be like, hey, Susie, but you're going to be staring at her hair. Susie, okay? When Dirty Daryl came around, you gave him a dap, you pound him and everything, but you looked at his clothes up and down. All y'all know that we do that, and we never say it to their faces. And they probably gave me nicknames. I don't know. They could have gave me names. I don't know. They probably didn't say it in my face. Many of us will mumble in their face if they get on our nerves without them hearing, and they be like, huh? What you said? We be like nothing, but cracking up laughing inside from the nickname. Dirty Daryl. Boyhead Susie and Stink Breath Barry. Okay? Now, it don't mean that we don't love them, right? We love them. It's just that's how we identify people differently in the hood. It don't mean we don't love them. It's just that they might have the same name as somebody else, and so now we got to point out special things about them that let everybody know exactly which Daryl or which Susie or which Barry we are talking about. All right? That's where you get Boyhead Susie, Dirty Daryl, and Stink Breath Barry. I'm just saying. But I promise, it's all love. So now, I will say, Boyhead Susie, you know, I would tell Boyhead Susie, I love her, and buy her wig. You know, because that's my girls in them. That's my girls. She may be Boyhead Susie, but she cool. You know, those are the things you do for people in the neighborhood. You get them nicknames based on what they do. Dirty Sneaker Sean. No Headline Teresa. You know, you gave them stuff based on what they do. Oh, Basketball Bondi. You know, whatever. You know, some name like that. Where I get that name from? I was watching Politics, Lord Jesus. Okay, let's think of another one. Basketball Dondi. Basketball Dondi. We'll go with that one. Yeah, because he played basketball. We always name people in our neighborhood based on what they do or what they wear. Now, let me just say to you, all right? I don't know nobody with those names. I really don't. I just made them up. Let me just be honest, okay? I don't know nobody with those names. But if I did know Boyhead Susie, right? I will buy her new wig. Honestly. Anyway, guys.